This is a test of the boundary part alert system. Hello, welcome to the Lattice Football Phone-In with me, Matt Dean.
And me, Dave Bradley.
Right, Dave Bradley.
I'm not bad. Just trying to sort a few links out and stuff for a few people who can't seem to be on there.
All right, don't worry about getting that done before the show starts, will you?
No. All right, good stuff.
You just crack on.
It's on. We're on. So the match at the weekend was cancelled due to factors everyone knows about.
Yeah.
So we didn't lose.
No.
Good rest period. Chance for some injuries to be sorted out.
Bit of extra tactical training on the pitch.
Tactical training.
Ahead of the game last night against Woking.
And guess what?
It didn't work, did it?
We got Dick 3-0. So, yeah. And it was a bit feisty, wasn't it, on the old socials?
Yeah.
And everyone said they were going to come on and call.
But they all forgot it was Champions League tonight, and so presumably everyone's watching Champions League.
So if you have forgotten how to call, here's a quick video.
Here's a quick reminder. The Lattice Football Phone-In is live every Wednesday between 8:30 and 9:30. If you want to join the conversation, then you need to join us on our StreamYard link, which looks something like this. You'll find the StreamYard link in our pinned post on Facebook, Twitter, and in the comments section on YouTube. So if you want to join the debate, that's how you do it.
Yeah.
So I'm just remembering to put it
in the comments
now.
Yeah, could have done that before the show started.
Could have done that before the show started, yeah.
Yeah. So
there we go.
Yeah. So if you want to join the show, we do have a caller waiting in the wings.
Yeah.
And that's a young man called Terry from Oldham.
We're bringing Terry. How do you know he's from Oldham?
Well, he looks the sort.
All right, Terry.
He's in a van.
Terry is from Oldham. I'm in a van, but I'm in Crawley.
Oh,
in a car park, and if a lady comes to the window, I'm going to get a little bit worried, Terry. I'm not going to lie.
It's been known, but not tonight.
Did you go to the game last night, mate?
I didn't, mate. No, unfortunately, because I'm working nights, so I'm sat outside at work in my van waiting to start. But I've got a bit of time to spare, so I thought I'd come on.
Well, we're glad you have, Terry, because we've got absolutely nobody else waiting in the wings. We thought tonight was going to be full of shares out brigaders. You know what I mean? Like people after last night. Where do you tell us whatever it is on your mind, mate?
Well, I was pro Shez, all for giving him all the time in the world. The bloke's a legend. But after the Chesterfield game, I was sat with Danny Fairbrother, and he kind of swayed me a little bit, saying, you know, it's rubbish, it's this, it's that. And I had to go along with him a little bit. And after last night, I didn't go, but I listened to it on the radio outside work, creaming it, as I'm doing exactly now. Yeah, poor. 3-0. How can we get beat 3-0 away at Woking? What is going on? You know, listen, Stubbs shouldn't be anywhere near the team. He's not a pro footballer. He needs to go on Clayton playing fields, playing for Oldham AFC or whoever it is, rifle range. He's rubbish. The rest of them, the lone lads aren't bad from what I've seen, but the tactics. You listen to Shez when on the what's it called, that podcast with
Under the Cosh. That's
it. Yeah, I play 4-4-2 if I've got the personnel. He's crying out for a 4-4-2. Why is he not doing it?
Yeah, I have to agree.
That's my opinion on it. I mean, listen, I know nought about football. We're all entitled to an opinion, but listen, I don't know where it's going wrong, but as a change of manager, the option, I'm not sure. But to me, it doesn't seem like he's very keen. He might be after a payout, maybe. I don't know, but
yeah,
it's
probably.
It's not good, is it? It's not it's not the best football we've ever seen, is it?
No, I mean, David said here Stobbs was terrible than he was last year too. I mean, he didn't exactly set League Two on fire last season, did he? To be fair, so it was a bit of a strange one, I think, when he got a new contract based on last season's performances. But I mean, we're led to believe by Shez that he's making the signings. I know that it's been very difficult to attract players, with the situation with the club being for sale. But we did manage to. The flip side to that is that we did manage to attract Liam Hogan, who was Stockport County's captain last season.
And he signed before the takeover as well, didn't he?
So that does, that makes you think, well, if we managed to get him based on, I would have thought that there were other clubs that were keen to sign him, wouldn't you?
Sheeran as well. Sheeran looks a good signing. And
I mean, I didn't expect miracles. Under no circumstances did I expect us to go straight back up. This year, I definitely did not. But I didn't think the results would be as mediocre as they've been.
Well, we've lost 4 now, haven't we? We've been beaten by Woking, Wealdstone, Southend and Chesterfield.
Yeah.
So...
And we've been comprehensively beaten as well. It's not just like we've been unlucky. We've been battered in every game.
Well, the thing is...
We've scraped past Aldershot. We've scraped past Dorking.
Yeah.
In
those 4 games that we lost, we didn't score a goal.
No.
Did we?
No.
Which is worrying, isn't it? So we didn't even make a fist of it, did we?
Yeah, the Chesterfield one doesn't worry me too much. I mean, we were comprehensively beaten. I'll go along with that. I thought we'd give a bit more of a fight, but I didn't expect us to get anything from that. But the other teams, I think we should be more than capable of picking up points against. Absolutely.
Well, again, even when I went watching him against York, it was so bad. The first half was woeful, and the goal.
Yeah, we're there. Yeah, I was there. Yeah, it was awful.
15 minutes of good play. It just seems to have like 10-minute spells in each game, and it's a lot of people are saying that.
We had a good 10 minutes after half time when we scored, and that was it.
You don't win a football match with a good 10 minutes, do you?
No,
you don't. You don't win anything with a good 10 minutes.
No, unless you score 3 in 10 minutes.
Yeah. Well, that's what. Well, Woking scored 2 in 9 minutes, didn't they?
Yeah.
Chesterfield scored 2 in 8 minutes. We're just not clinical enough. We don't have any creativity. We don't have any tactical nous. We don't know how to manage a game. The game management's just not there, is it? And let me tell you, it's similar to what Curl was playing last year. If I'm honest with you, 3-5-2, really bad. Can't defend. Can't have any. Don't have any out and out strikers. You know what I mean? We're playing a target man up front who's got no one running off him. Last night, I looked on Twitter. Fondop won pretty much every header last night, and nobody was running off him. So, what do you expect the guy to do? He can't edit and set himself up, can he? Do you know what I mean? It must be so frustrating.
I feel a bit sorry for Fondop, to be fair, because I think he's a better player than what he's being made out to be. He's big, he's strong, he's a bit of a nuisance, and he's an handful. But you just, you need somebody to play off him. He might win the header, but there's nobody running in behind him. So, what happens then? It just rolls through to the goalkeeper, and that's that, isn't it?
I think Fondop is still getting up to fitness, I think, as well. I don't think he's fully fit. I think when we saw him at Bamber Bridge, he had a belly, he had like a belly like me, didn't he? I mean, he wasn't looking in the best of shape. He was out injured for quite a long time, so maybe he's not quite up to speed yet. But it's the numbers again. Numbers from
786. Well, mate, if you've got questions for us to ask, come on, click the link and give us what you want us to ask.
Come on and talk.
Talk, because it's all well and good hiding behind a keyboard and numbers and like Rain Man, but come on, mate, and talk to us. We've got 61 people watching. Get on the show and talk to us. You know what I mean? We can't just be the voice of the fans. We're not saying we're the voice of the fans. You're the fans. We're fans who are doing this for the fans. So just come on the show and give us your view like Terry is.
Calm down.
No, it just annoys me that they'll be rather watch City and Dortmund and it's get on my nerves, and then they give us crap in the crowd and throw things at you. You know that at the game.
No, that's me throwing things at you.
All right. That explains it.
Message for you there, Tez from Gaz. Swearing. Oops, didn't notice the swearing. I'll take that down. Family show.
We won't listen to Mr. Melia. He talks a bit of bab now and
again. Where was that other one I wanted to show here? Evening, lads. I'm very surprised Shez is still here tonight.
Yeah.
Come on and tell us about it, Ant, please. We need callers.
Yeah. John, we've got just a Jan who's in the call. We're just waiting for you to connect your device. So if you connect your device, we'll be able to get you in. But Ted, do you think Shez is the right man? Would you sack him, yes or no?
It's a tough one, really, because if you do sack, we've gone down that route, haven't we, for God knows how long, sacking managers and going down that. Has it changed? Not at all. It's not changed anything, has it? We're still rubbish. But I don't. It's a tough one, isn't it? Who do we go and get if we do sack him? It's not the most appealing of jobs, is it? To be honest.
I mean, it is an appealing job if you're a manager of a club in the National League North or one of the smaller National League teams. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
you're not going to poach managers from the Football League. I think that we've got to be realistic of that.
You're not going to go get Duncan Ferguson, are we? Well,
You don't know. You don't know. David Hunn's has been touted, hasn't he? Potentially. I'd have him in a heartbeat. He's won the under-23s twice with Everton. Really good coach. He would get a signature. Like that. Yeah,
I'd take anybody like that. Yeah, absolutely.
But again, it's always a risk when you take somebody on for the first job, isn't it? As well, you know.
Lee
what I mean?
Johnson turned out great.
Yeah, Darren Kelly, not so great.
Yeah, Dino Marmaria didn't even get a chance. But
no.
Sheridan first time round, Dowie first time round. Come on, you got to give him a go.
Joe Royal's first job, wasn't it?
Yeah, he did all right, didn't
he? Yeah, he did all right. Yeah. Got there in the end, didn't he?
On the grand scheme of things, if you look at sort of first time jobs, it's probably about a 50-50 ratio, isn't it? The ones that have done well and the ones that haven't. And I don't just mean at Oldham, I mean in general. It's probably a 50-50 ratio. Some will say they done well, and others will probably say, well, he did average, or he weren't so good for us, and he went on and did whatever he was going to do. But if we get rid of him, who are we going to get? Unless there's somebody who's really sort of really appealing, I'd probably rather stick with him than sack him.
I don't know. Don't know. Not for me. Challen is under pressure, isn't he already? There's words that he's under pressure at Stockport. I'd have him in a heartbeat. I love Shez as a guy. Good for interviews, but for me, I think he just doesn't have the tactical knowledge. I love the guy. He's a legend, and he will always will be.
He'll always be a legend, won't he? He'll always be loved by the fans. It's just not seemed to go for him. It's not seemed to work, has it? So
the thing is, though, Tez, what I remember is like from Sheridan is when we were getting beat like that in the past. In his post-match interviews, you could see the anger, you could see the frustration, and there was some fight in it. There was some. Yeah. He was as pissed off as we were. Whereas I think we watched the interview just earlier on after Walker, and he just seems he's frustrated, he's pissed off and all that. But it seems very flat. It doesn't seem like he's like that anger is gone. It seems like the anger that was there as well is gone. Yeah, and that worries me a bit. Yeah, the name being Holden.
How long do you go on being positive in front of the camera for? If you're not good enough, you're not good enough, and he's probably sick of saying it.
That's it. Definitely, I've got to agree with you. Yeah.
He's probably sick of going over old ground. Oh well, we were good for 10-15 minute spells. Well, yeah, we were, but ultimately we got 0 points, or we got a point when really we should have got 3 or 1.
Categorically, we shouldn't be getting beat off Wealdstone. We shouldn't be getting beat off Southend. We shouldn't be getting beat off Woking. We shouldn't be scraping past Aldershot at home in a last-minute win. It's just not good enough. Terry, mate, you've been absolutely brilliant. Thanks very much, pal. So
we've got a queue now.
We've got a queue, so thank you.
Terry, there's someone at the window, mate. All right, thanks. See you later.
See you soon.
Sorry. See you. Bye, Tez.
I just quickly, because you were having a go at where's 786. Nobody giving you crap, guys.
Don't be shy.
Too shy to come online.
Don't be shy.
Listen, Dave. Not everyone's as good looking as you.
Well,
not everyone's as hunky and confident as you are.
Well, you're not getting a compliment back.
I know. I'm just saying.
Right, Ant Warburton, you're
up. Ant.
Wagwan.
You all right, mate?
You okay?
Just lost for words, really. More than anything.
I'm glad you phoned the phone.
Well, come on, because you were like on your own. The city, like I am.
What score is it?
0-0
It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter because we're Oldham fans and we're best.
Yeah.
Go on, mate. What are you saying about Latics, mate?
I just think Shez has just lost all confidence in his team. You know, the team that he's brought in are just a million mile off where they need to be. You know, it's using this game that I'm watching now as an example. You know, it's the switch up in play is constant.
Yeah.
And we just literally sit back the same tactics, the same formation constantly. Looking at our right backs, don't go past the halfway line. You know, just things like that. It's like there's no guidance from Shez at all whatsoever. And knowing what I know, how he is just unbelievable. How he's continuing to even keep trying playing like he is, which is pretty much non-existent.
It's hard to figure out what the plan A is. Never mind the plan B.
Yeah, there's nothing. Yeah. There's absolutely zero plan.
It seems to score a goal and then we'll just hang on for dear life. And it's just not good, you know.
Well,
we can't score a bloody goal. That's the problem, isn't it?
We can't score a goal now. You know, you get... If you look at Hallam Hope's last goal, if you look how that was actually worked... Oh, he's catching a fly here.
Sorry, go on. Just stop it.
So if you look at Hallam Hope's goal against Aldershot in the dying minutes, obviously the ball comes from the halfway line and Hallam Hope's like got no one round him. And you've got to ask yourself, why was no one round him? Because he was tracking, 4 players were tracking another player. That player can't even get a look in the team. So if 4 players are tracking 1 player and it allows Hallam Hope to go in and score a winner in the 90-odd minute, why aren't we using this tactic every now and again? You know, rather than mentioning no names of any players or anything, because it could be any player. But for me, it's just miles off. He's playing everyone else's kids and not ours.
Yeah.
You know, I want to address this question that Size put here about today about saying that we shouldn't be losing to Wilson, shouldn't be losing to Woking. Why shouldn't we be losing?
We're not playing football.
Well, we shouldn't be losing to anyone at home. That's always been my sort of.
Yeah, but that's
no,
like
I know. I get what you're saying.
It's like Paddy's argument of like, you know, just because of who we are,
I'm not saying that. I'm saying at home
we are going to get beat, aren't we?
We are going to get beat, but at the start of the game with the momentum behind us, we've just been taken over. Dorking, we're hanging on for dear life towards the end. You know,
but why? But the question is, why? And the answer is
I can't answer that. The manager has to answer that because the tactics aren't right.
Look at where we've come from. Look at how bad things have been. Look how bad things are.
I know. But
it's not just I'm not. Shez doesn't seem to have got the team playing in a certain way. He doesn't seem to have got them organised. We're giving like too many goals away. We're not scoring enough goals. Right? He said he's taking responsibility for that as the manager. Right? But surely putting a squad.
Dorking part-time. Wheelstone were part-time. We're a full-time professional club.
We're a club in free fall, aren't we?
That these teams play football.
Exactly.
Pass the ball, move it quick. Part-time or not, you know, the principles of football have changed since 1966, where Sheridan thinks you can just oof it up to the top end and then people will feed off it.
Yeah, as you said earlier against Aldershot, the ball through from Cooper, open at the midfield, passing it, 2-touch passing, 1 touch. That's what they should be playing, and they do that for 10 minutes in a game, and then don't do it. You know what I mean? It's just ridiculous.
The passing for that, it should be to get you with. That's your 2-touch passing, but you should also have your drivers in the middle who run at defenders. You know, again, I'll use this game I'm watching in the background. Jack Grealish, look at him, he runs at defenders. He's absolute diabolical, Jack Grealish, but he wins your free kicks in great areas.
Yeah.
So why aren't we using someone who can win us free kicks in great areas? We've just got Dan Gardner, who's trying to play Captain Marvel.
Yeah.
And 9 times out of 10, he's injured. Don't get me wrong, the guy's a great player, absolute great player. But how many times has he been in the team? How many games have we played? 7, 8?
Yes, 7, 8 games now, yeah.
He's been suspended for 1, sent off for half for another 1. You know, and then he's injured for another 2. It's not good enough for you need to put someone in there who's going to be the longevity.
I think in terms of like what you just said about I mean, obviously the way City play, I mean, they've got the best players in the world.
Cool.
But they've also got the best, but they've got the best coaches in the world. But they've got, and here, no way part-timers should have more team cohesion than a full-time team. But it's all back down to how you're coached.
Yeah.
Like it doesn't matter if you're full-time or part-time. If you're part-time but you coach really, really well and the players take it on board, and then you'll be better than a poorly coached full-time side, whether that be Latics or anybody else.
Yeah, that's what they're lacking, real guidance. And for me, we've got Joe Royal upstairs. Why is he not banging on the floor going, yeah, what are you playing at here? And we're watching football, that's dead.
Yeah.
It's absolute dead football. They might as well not turn up.
If you were Frank Ruffo, what would you do? What would you be doing now?
Truthfully, I would, going to be controversial here, go back on what I said, I'd keep Shez for this one reason. Yeah. Right. Get your balls out Tommy Wright's purse and give it the lads. Literally tell them what to do, how you want to do it, move things, shape things. You know, it's like the first team. It's like they're nailed on. You know, Dan Gardner's fit, he plays. Porter's fit, he plays. Or, you know, Fondok's fit, he plays. Why? Look at Paul Windass, who's turned up. That kid, he's thought, I'm going to get right into a right good team here. He's played, about 15, 20 minutes?
Yeah.
He's to run to play. All they want to do, everyone in the National League don't want to play in the National League because it's seen as shite league. Let's be honest. But the football I've seen, Wheelstone, great footballing team. Great footballing team.
Yeah, they were really good, weren't they?
Yeah, they were.
Well, this is the point here.
I would do. You know,
the point is, made part-time teams that have been together for years, like Wheelstone, you could tell that they've been building something, momentum. Yeah. Whereas we have a new team every year, and we've got the same situation again this season, where we've got a new team, and it shows. And it's until that momentum stops and we start getting a shift in the other direction, then we're going to continue to struggle season after season.
We will do. It's inconsistency, and that's one thing we're consistent in is inconsistency. Sign people, and they give them a year contracts, and then they bring a couple of loans in for whatever it is. Drag the youth up. Stop bringing other people's youth in. I understand, you've got Wellens, for example, cracking little player in, absolute cracking little player. And he's playing at a right back. But when we're attacking, he should be going to central midfield. And then moving his shape, and it's hard to explain to say how they should be, but because they can only do that on the pitch and read the game as it is. But you've got to have a bit of a license to move. You can't just play zonal game up and down, up and down. You get to halfway line, you stop. And then, Wellens passes it up to Stubbs, and Stubbs, does what he tries and does best.
We're crying out to sign a striker, and then we go and play one up front. What's that about? That just shows the issues that we've got in terms of tactical.
Yeah, I mean, we need to do something. There's no point bringing this lad in from Burnley and then sticking him on the bench either. Like, have a go against Woking.
He's only here 3 weeks.
I know, 3 weeks, and then he's on the bench. Like, what's the point of that? I don't get it at all. Listen, Ant, we're gonna
last longer than that.
We're gonna have to flick through the callers because we've got a few lined up now. So thanks for getting in touch, mate.
Cheers, pal.
Cheers, mate.
See you soon. Bye.
Come on, Dortmund. Right, Michael.
Hello. Is it Michael from last week?
Yep.
How are you doing, mate?
I'm all right.
Good stuff. Well, you don't sound it.
No.
Oops.
Well, it's pretty poor. A lot. Well, not pretty, but it is.
So it's very poor then, yeah?
Do you think you would... Go on, Michael.
Go on.
No,
yeah,
you
go on.
No, go on.
We've signed this new lad from Burnley.
Mm-hmm.
We put him on the bench when we've got him for 3 weeks. Like, you need to sort your plans out.
Agreed.
At the moment, I don't like to say it, but he needs to go now, Sheridan, I think. It's getting to the point now where fans are getting frustrated and these people buying season tickets who are just not going to come anymore. If this is how we play every single week, day in, day out, and we train like this, I don't know where we're going to go.
They don't look cohesive. They don't look fit. They don't look like they've got any creativity. They're running out of ideas. We're just not seeing anything really. It's just really. I'm lost, if I'm honest, and I'm gutted because I said I like Shez, but I just don't think he's got the minerals to get us out of this league. What are your thoughts, Michael?
Sheridan said last season he's not going to play youngsters like Vaughan, Cuto in a relegation battle. Yeah, I agree with him. But now we're not playing them at all. They're not on bench. They're not doing anything. Just sat wherever they are, watching a game of football.
Yeah.
There's no point of having players at the club if you're not going to play them.
Yeah,
it's the waste of their time. It's the waste of their time and our time.
Yeah, I mean, I think with Shez, I think and I think he sort of showed this last year, and I think he's showed it with signing players like Dan Gardner and Chris Porter. He's playing it safe. He's trying to play it safe, and he's looking at players that he knows and that he thinks he can rely on, and he wants to play them rather than the young lads, and rather than people that don't have a proven record. And for me, that is too conservative, and it's not a good sign, because when then he's got a situation like where Porter's injured and all this kind of stuff, Gardner's injured, he's reluctant to bring in the young lads, and he's bringing in loans from other clubs, which is sending the wrong message completely to the young lads. So for me, he needs to sort of say, maybe Chris Porter did it for you whenever, but he's 38 years old now, and he's only going to play a bit part at the end of the day. So,
sorry, we've got Hasbulla waiting, but yeah, I don't think we might bring him in, we might not. But sorry, go on, carry on, Matt. Sorry.
Yeah, so I think he's trying to be a bit too conservative in that respect, and he needs to take a chance on some of our own younger players. What do you think, Michael?
I just think we need someone who wants to try different things. Because at the moment, there's just nothing happening. It's just all the same thing every week, and it's just getting to the point now where people are threatening to leave, and it's just.
Well, yeah, that's the thing. It's pointless, isn't it? Just as you say, it's a waste of our time, their time, loan players' time. You know, you've got Vaughan. What does Vaughan have to do to get a game? Came on at Aldershot, changed the game, brought an attacking. You know, it's just so frustrating.
At home, who was it against when Hope scored the late winner? Is it Wealdstone?
Aldershot.
Vaughan came on in the 80th minute, I'm sure, and we were just pressing up the pitch.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah. It just shows. If we play different players and we try with different players, different weeks in training, then we might have something to look forward to. But at the moment, we're just doing everything all the same. Every week, we're choosing the same players. Like, not starting Clark. Yeah, don't start him, because he's been absolutely shocking the last couple of weeks. But not starting this new lad who we've only got for 3 weeks from Burnley. Absolutely shocking. Might get a striker in and then start Fond up.
Yeah, agreed. 4-4-2 every time.
This is the point you made, I think, innit, before, Michael. Oh no, that's the wrong one. Michael, yeah. No, that's the wrong one as well.
Doing really well there.
Yeah, no, where is it? The one about the hype. The hype, yeah. The hype and excitement of the takeover is dwindling with every poor performance. Do you think that's true, Michael?
Yeah. The takeover, absolutely fantastic. Half of them fans, I guarantee, won't come to a game ever again.
Well, that's it. As you say, you know, these people say we've got 4,000 season tickets sold. We're getting 6,500 to 7,000 a game. That's going to dwindle very fast, very, very fast.
Oh, people aren't going to waste money to watch this football
at
all.
Michael, Don't
Yep.
leave. We're just going to put you back into the lobby because we want to bring you into our new feature in about 10 minutes or so. When we've got the head of media at Eastleigh, Tom Mulholland, who's just going to give us a quick rundown on Eastleigh for this upcoming game this Saturday. So, Michael, don't go anywhere. We'll get you back in a second. Is that okay?
Yep.
Thanks.
All right, cheers, mate. Right, let's bring in Tom.
Hello, guys. Pleasure
You all
to be
right?
here. You're right. Sorry,
Thanks for joining us.
A colleague put pressure on you there in the chat. I've just seen.
No, it's all right. It's
Get
all
me
right.
on.
We'll let Ricky off.
There you go, Ricky.
You're
He's
5
got the
seconds
head of
fame.
Eastleigh Media in. Right, don't let us down now, head of Eastleigh Media.
Yeah,
Big
thank you for
pressure now.
joining us.
Big build up. I bet are you looking forward to your first ever trip up to Boundary Park?
I am indeed. Yeah, it's interesting listening there as well. That it seems like things aren't going too well for yourselves at the minute as well. First question I was going to ask you really is, how have you found it in this league? First time down at this level.
We'll do the questions if you don't mind. I'm not joking. No, we found the league tough. We found the league frustrating, but I think it's our own doing, if I'm honest with you. We started off really well against Torquay, 0-0 draw away, take that. And then it just all went to 3-2 Dorking. That weren't too bad, but we're hanging on for dear life towards the last 10 minutes.
Yeah, we nearly threw a 3-0 lead away.
Yeah, 3-0 lead away, but typical Oldham. We're not surprised with that. And then it's just gone from bad. We had Wilston at home, Southend away, and it's Aldershot. We scraped a win, but they were poor. We were attacking for that. They were pinned in for the last 30 minutes, and it's just gone from bad to worse. If I'm honest with you,
yeah,
it's just not good enough. It's so frustrating, this league, and the officiating is dubious at best.
Yeah, but you don't blame that though. I mean,
No.
you win games by scoring more goals than the opposition, not by the amount of refereeing decisions that don't go against you. So we can have no excuses. I think it's been. I'm not surprised, Tom, by how difficult we're finding it because of how badly the club's been run for such a long time. It doesn't just flip just because you get new owners in. And the situation is, we've been struggling for a long, long time, and momentum is against us. So I think the opposite probably true for you, isn't it, Eastleigh? How long have you been in the National League now?
I think it was 2014 we got promoted. So before I, to be honest, even knew the club existed, I've only been here for 4 years myself. Yeah. But yes, that's coming up to 8-9 years now in the league. But we're the opposite of yourselves. This is the highest ceiling we've ever had. I think 7th place. Oh no, I lie. 4th place finish one time is the pinnacle that we've ever reached. So every year trying to reach the playoff is the game for teams like us. Whereas yourself, I'm sure in the summer you were thinking you need to bounce straight back, I imagine. But it's an unforgiving league. Even for us, we're always the plucky underdogs is kind of our level, with about 4 or 5 other teams in and around that every season. But yeah, it's an unforgiving league no matter who you are, no matter if you're Wrexham with your millions or part-time teams like Dorking, really.
Yeah.
So who's your form's been a bit up and down this season, hasn't it? But you seem to have starting to hit it a bit more, aren't you? Do you know what I mean? So it's looking a bit fortunate for you now. So what, you don't travel too well on the road though, do you? If I'm honest with you. So what do you think? What do you think this weekend will bring?
It'll be an interesting one, yeah. Just the one win on the road against York, but it's interesting. The closer away trips are like the ones we don't really do as well on. So hopefully it's a good time for us coming all the way up to yourselves. But it is a tricky one. We've actually had quite a good start to the season with a big overhaul in the summer. I think we got rid of about 14 players. Midway through last season, our manager was sacked, and now we've got Lee Bradbury in, who kind of his job was to keep us up last year, which we did. And now this year, pleasant surprise, I think, for us at the club and also the fans, that we've started quite well. But it's about making sure you hit that form. That's always the thing. It's the cliche that everyone says in their post-match interviews, but getting points on the board in this league, as you guys will have found out now, is the thing that stands you in good stead. Teams chasing, it's the most difficult position to be in because anyone can beat anyone.
I thought that we started well because we got a point at Torquay, and then we got a win against Dorking without playing particularly well.
Yeah.
And then we got another win. Who did we beat? Who was the team we beat?
Aldershot.
Aldershot. But I thought that because we were picking up wins without playing particularly well, that's usually a good sign, isn't it? But now we're just not playing particularly well and getting beat, so it's not a good sign.
How's Tristan Abrahams getting on for you? Because he looked pretty good for Grimsby last season. All right, he didn't score that many goals, but he does look a bit of an handful, doesn't he? I think he scored 2 for you in 8.
Yeah, 2 so far. I really like him. I think he's exactly that, a handful up front. He's quick, but he holds the ball up well as well, which is good. I think we obviously a few more goals would have been ideal so far, but it is early days, and he seemed to gel well with Danny Whitehall, who we've got up top, who was our top scorer last season. And together you'll probably find out on the road they are handfuls. I think that is the best adjective to describe them as. They'll be in the defender's face, and they'll be kind of frustrating the fans, I'm sure, which you won't enjoy.
Yeah, the thing it seems that for us is all the games that we've lost, we've not scored in. So if you get an early goal, chances are that'll be it, because we've not managed to turn it around.
How's Usise, who used to play for us last season, getting on?
Yeah, he was yours. He's another one where I'm actually pleasantly surprised. I think he's done very well. He's now, I don't know what role he was in for yourselves, but he's just sitting in front of the back four, just kind of sweeping everything up in the middle. He's a bit of that composed figure in the middle, which we actually haven't had in midfield for a couple of years. That was our biggest failure, I think, was counter-attacks the last few seasons. We didn't really have a defensive midfielder that would properly hold. But he's come in and he's been an assured figure, and he's another one that's well liked. We've had a lot of new signings, including all of them you've mentioned, but they're seeming to gel well, which is.
It was absolutely crap for us.
It
was so bad.
That's what Si says here. Look, watch Cisse boss the midfield on Saturday.
Yeah, but I think you would do in our current midfield, because ours is crap now.
Every team that's played us has had someone bossing the midfield in this season. So we've lost. To be honest, we've let in too many goals. We've not scored enough, but we've lost it in midfield every time. It's almost like, because we're not controlling midfield, we're getting overrun at the back and we're not getting the ball forward. So. Yeah, we're struggling, but there's so here's Paddy. This league is as bad as expected, but get a decent manager and we'll make the playoffs. But then there's other people saying this is a relegation squad, as in the squad just aren't good enough. So you can't really tell how good or bad a squad is under one particular manager until somebody else comes in and does something different with them. Until then, this team doesn't look like a promotion or a playoff team, does it? Because we really need to pull out a performance against you on the Saturday, because we haven't, like we said earlier on, we haven't put a full 90 minutes or 70 minutes in all season. Yeah, so it's really worrying.
So what's your prediction for Saturday, Tom?
I think I'm always a pessimist, even though we've started quite well, but I would take a good draw away from home, and whereas we're only a few places apart, if you keep yourselves in a bit of the intermittent form that you're in, that's only good for us. So if you get a big win, it's we'll start slipping down. So I'll take a draw away from home. The problem we had last season was scoring goals, but we've been scoring a lot more. So it sounds like you're not having that that kind of luck, then it could be a 1-0.
What sort of formation do you play? What's your sort of system?
We've switched it up a bit, actually. So it's we either go with a 4-3-3, which we did for a couple of games, but we've had 5 at the back as well. So on last night, Tuesday night, we had 5-2. I think it was 1-2 in the end. So another completely new one. Right. But our wing backs quite often are used quite heavily. But then again, for the first time this season on Tuesday night, we were playing through the middle with Cisse, who and then our young lad from Watford, JJ McKiernan. He had a fantastic game yesterday.
Yeah,
the transitional play in the middle is what we did. So to be honest, I couldn't tell you. We might revert to a bit more of a defensive system on the road, but we've also proven last night that we can play attacking as well.
Can you just I've heard a rumor that you always fly a Spitfire really low over the ground that you're coming to, just to intimidate the home team? Is that true?
I wish that was true. I don't think we've got the budget for that, unfortunately.
That's a shame. Love to hear a Spitfire. I'd love to hear a Spitfire roll over Boundary Park, so he would.
Well, Tom, thank you ever so much for joining us, and it's been a real insight to Eastleigh. And when we do the reverse fixture at your place, we'll get you on again if that's all right. And you've been made to feel very welcome.
And you'll be able to tell us just how bad we are after seeing us. Are you coming up? Yeah, are you coming up on Saturday? Yeah,
we're 8:30 a.m. departure, so it'll be a long journey for us.
Yeah.
But, I'm looking forward to it. Obviously, first time the team's ever met, first time I'll have ever been to Boundary Park, so it'll be an interesting one. Yeah,
we'll give you a shout on Saturday and see if we can catch you for a chat, cup of coffee.
Yeah, for sure. Well, my role on Saturday away games is pitch side photographer, so I'll be up and down the side. I'm sure you'll spot me at some point.
All right,
we'll probably throw something at you. It's fine.
Hey,
I'm joking. I'm only joking.
I'm
joking.
You're a bad apple in that shirt.
I am. I'm always kidding.
Right, cheers,
Thanks,
mate.
Tom.
Thanks for that, mate.
Cheers.
All the best.
Bye. Get John in.
John. Well, we'll get John in, but he's ready.
John
from last week. Hi, John.
You all right, chaps?
Yes. Thank you for coming back on, mate.
We assume
you're welcome. Yeah. It is me, yeah.
So you started off, you finished off the show quite negatively last week. Have you got anything positive this week to say?
What do you want me to say? We've not had a shot on target for 2 weeks.
Well, it's fine. No, it's fine. If it's not positive, say it's negative and tell us why. But I think you've just alluded to the fact that we haven't had a shot on target for 2 weeks.
John, if we'd have played Boreham Wood on Saturday, as they've won 4 of their last 5, they've won 4 and drawn 1. We would have got. We would be sitting on the back of 2 defeats now, wouldn't we?
100%. There's no doubt about it, is there?
I think we would have got turned over at Boreham Wood for sure if we got beat by Woking.
What's your thoughts on Sheridan? Should he stay or should he go?
To be honest, I've just whacked on my Twitter earlier on today. I'm going to stop talking about him. The reason why I've said my piece about him. He's, love the guy. His heart's in the right place. He's just making the right mess of it this time around, as far as I'm concerned. And there's no signs of that improving.
Do you think the fire's gone? Like I said before, he seemed to be angry. He used to be angry when we lost, Ches, visibly angry, and to me now he just seems deflated.
Yeah, I think it's all gone. I think the fire's gone. I think his head's gone. To be honest, his interviews every week he's talking about we shouldn't be conceding a goal like that. Well, hang on a minute, we've not created anything at the other end, so it don't matter if we're not going to win 0-0, are we?
Yeah. Well, exactly.
There's other things to address. You can't expect a team in the National League to go out and be perfectly defensive perfection every week, can you?
No, and we're not, are we? Because we've been shipping too many goals, haven't we?
Yeah.
How many clean sheets have we kept? We kept one at Torquay.
That's it.
Is that it?
That's it.
I think so.
Yeah,
I think so.
I think people have been sort of giving Magnus Norman a bit of stick. I don't think is he the better choice of the 2 keepers?
No, absolutely not. Luke Wilder's he's got Weetabix wrists, hasn't he? He's rubbish. He can't catch, can't throw, can't kick. Luke Wilder.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Is
Norman that's what I'm saying. Norman's the best.
I think he's the better choice.
Yeah, agreed. Yeah.
So there's not really much you can do there, is there?
Yeah, no.
I mean, he's made some good saves. I don't think he's too bad. I think we've had much worse keepers than him.
All I'm going to say is Chesterfield a minute in.
Yeah, obviously. No, I mean, obviously. But I mean, we've had some shocking keepers, haven't we, in recent times?
Yeah.
So
yeah, he drops a few clangers, doesn't he? But he also makes quite a few really good saves as well. To be fair to him.
Yeah.
He's just a decent keeper, isn't he, for the league we're in?
I mean, it's all across the pitch that we've got the problems in it. We've when you look at the squad, there is a comment there about Maynard. Where is it, Dave? Which will be first, Maynard start or the Sportcast broadcast? Well, that's a difficult question to answer, but I think Maynard is in training again.
Yeah,
But
we seem to have signed a lot of players
Crocs
that are Crocs,
mm-hmm.
and that's just not helpful, is it?
No, it's someone were asking, sort of making a statement that the board haven't sort of sanctioned a decent signing for him, but I'm kind of the opinion. Rothwell said he's given him a budget. It's his to do what he wants with, and that is what we've all been crying out for years now. Now, is it these players that Sheridan's got? Is it just because maybe he can't attract the players he wants? Maybe they don't want to play for him, and that's why he's going for the old timers that know him.
Let me ask you a question, John. If we get beat on Saturday, is that it for Shez?
I don't think it is. I think he's got some sort of free pass.
Do you really think so?
I do, and I don't think he's going to walk either. Why would it?
When you got to the end of the season, yeah. Why would you?
I mean, let's be honest, right? How many games we played? 8.
8.
So 8 games into the season, is it impossible for it to be turned around? Is it early?
No.
It's not impossible, is it, for it to be turned around? We're all saying that we don't. Well, the majority of people are saying we don't think that Shez has got what it takes to turn it around, and he's lost the fire. He's whatever, blah blah blah. But it doesn't mean it's not possible.
No, look at Stockport last season. They were 7th, 8th, and then they changed the manager.
But they changed the manager.
Yeah. Well, that's what I just think he's run out of ideas by the sounds of what the callers are saying. Looking at the tactics, looking at the shape, looking at getting beat off walking 3-0. The writing's on the wall. It's got to be on it.
I think
you'd hope so. Wouldn't you? You'd hope that somebody sat there thinking that this just isn't good enough. And for me as well, club legend. I think you're pushing it with a club legend for John Sheridan. And you can call me for that. But what's he done to make him a legend?
I think, John. The thing is if you once you go past the Joe Royal era, we're struggling for legends, aren't we? Really, we've had good servants, and
Sheridan's a legend for me.
Sheridan.
I think he
is up there. It's in the post Royal era. He saved us from relegation a couple of times.
Got us in the playoffs. He's got to a playoff semi-final.
He's a long-serving. He's a good servant to the club. And many people's eyes, he's a legend.
I have to think that, and I think that's right.
So
that's fair enough. I class you your legends as your Joe Royals, your Andy Riches, your Rick Holdens. They've actually done something. Just because he's popped back 5 or 6 times and played with a dodgy knee, I'm not sure that makes him a legend. But that's just my opinion.
No, you're entitled to it, and we may not agree with it, but I think if anyone does disagree with it, come on and have your say, because I most certainly do. But we do respect everyone's opinions, and we do, John. So are you going on Saturday, mate?
I'll be going blindly, yeah. My little lad won't stop going. I think he's only seen him win about 3 times in his whole life, and he goes to every game.
Well, good stuff, mate. Well, if you're about and you see us, give us a nod, and we'll come and say hello. All right, mate. Thanks very much.
Yep. Cheers, lads. Thank you.
Cheers, John.
Bye bye.
Right, we'll bring Jack in.
Michael, we haven't forgot you. Don't worry, we will get you back in. But are you, Jack? You all right, mate? Did you go last night?
All right.
Did you go last night? Yeah, we can hear you. Can you hear us?
You are?
Yeah, so I went last night.
Give us a rundown, mate.
Absolutely awful. Just like every game this season, it's just been dire. Just dire, really. So I thought,
why did you go? Why did you go last night?
God, good question. I go everywhere, so you just get on with it, don't you? It's never about the football. It's always about the day and the trip. So I stayed down there from Boreham Wood game. Obviously got called off, but I just went down anyway. Luckily, looking back now, I'm glad it got called off. Had a really good 4 days, and then, just spoilt with that last night. Yeah.
I mean, it's many a time as the 90 minutes not spoilt the day, but being the low point of the trip on an away day. I mean, that's not unusual with lasses. But the thing is, I mean, there was a few people last night were like on Twitter saying, "Oh, this is a poor following," but it's hard because like when it's that far to go, like you have to take pretty much most of Tuesday off. Then you get back. It's not easy, is it, for everybody to do?
No, I get that, but I was a bit like Brad. I thought it was a poor following. No vocal support. You look at Wilston when they come on the Tuesday night. People are laughing at them when they come, but they made a lot of noise, and in the end, they brought what were decent numbers. And if you base it off the home attendance, the percentage, you can't go and laugh at Wilston and then not call the 250 fans we took to Woking. There's no.
Well, I mean,
it was all.
I wouldn't be laughing at Wheelstone because at the end of the day, they're a part-time club. That have only been in this division for a short while.
I don't think 250 is bad.
It's not really for the distance on a Tuesday
also,
night.
if you look at the cost of the transport since Her Majesty Queen Elizabeth died, it has increased by 38%, the trains. So, because everyone's going to bloody London. So
maybe it's not bad, but all I'll say is people shouldn't go calling other teams away sport that come to our ground and then not go to Woking and start saying, 250 is fine. Bit hypocritical in it, really.
Well, that's what Oldham fans are, aren't they? Bloody hypocrites, aren't they? Oh, yeah, we do a football forum. We'll come on. Piss ball. And then a few people come on. So don't talk to, they will rather watch City versus Dortmund. So don't talk to me about bloody hypocrites. It's really annoying this week. Sorry. Sorry.
Take your meds.
So, did we have anything last night? Did we show any glimpses of positivity, creativity, threat?
Not really, no. I guess it should have gone 1-0 up. Fondop's got to score that. He's through on goal. Maybe it's a little bit unlucky because it did hit the inside of the bar and it could have easily dropped him, but end of the day, didn't score it. So, and after that, then we paid the price and keeper made some good saves, to be fair. It could have been 4, 5, 6. It was dire.
2 penalties were turned down, penalty claims, and they were quite strong penalty claims, weren't they, for Woking, or were they not?
Maybe, but to be honest with you, I stopped watching the match. I just given up, mate. I just
turned to the wall and cried.
Yeah, I just went on my phone. Normally I'm drinking, so I can just carry on drinking. I'll leave and go to a pub or whatever, but I was driving back because I was in work today, so really not good. So I just sat there on my phone, basically. I think my mate was playing solitaire and stuff.
Oh God, that's
not good. But
in terms of this weekend, then, if we lose, what do you think they should do?
To me, this weekend doesn't matter. If we win or lose this weekend, I'm shouting out. I think he's got to go.
Right. Okay.
I think the 8 games this season, we've won 2, which is decent. Like, we shouldn't have won them 2 games in my eyes. It's been dire. It's the worst football I've ever seen us play. There's no fan interaction. It looks lost. It's not the Sheridan that. I think he's been here for 3 spells when I've obviously been watching. I think 2 in League One and then obviously last season. And it's a completely different Sheridan now. To me, is finished. I'd like to have seen him walk, but I don't even think he's going to walk anymore. I think he should definitely walk at the end of last season. And I think now his career is kind of finished. And he's going to retire kind of thing at the end of Oldham. And I think he doesn't want to kind of accept that now. And he really wants to just try and make it work. And sadly, I think someone needs to kind of say, listen, John, it's over kind of thing. And he just needs to kind of accept that.
Do you think the board's under pressure because of Abdallah and Moores sacking the managers all the time?
Yeah.
It's 8 games in. They're going to feel the pressure and think, God, we're going to be tired with the same brush. I think there's a bit of that because I would be worried if I was a new chairman.
It's a back showing, haven't they, really?
Yeah.
But I can't back that. That's the issue. I've been to every game, and I'll continue going. But it's very, very hard to try and motivate yourself to go because it's just awful.
I'm dreading Saturday. I'm dreading going on Saturday.
I actually don't want to go Saturday, to be fair, but I'll go because there's around that. But I don't
still go.
Really want to go.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I mean, it's all. Is this just football fans in general? Is it Oldham fans? But it's turned very quickly from everyone being kind of happy, and to everyone being like really, really low again.
But we do it to ourselves, don't we? We do it to ourselves. It's self.
What do you think, Jack? Is it Oldham fans in particular, or is it just football fans in general, or what?
It is a tough one because I've been getting ridiculously carried away this season. We'd win a game, I'd be going absolutely mental, and then we lose a game, I've been probably going a bit too far the other way. But to me, when it was after Southend away, that was when I was just adamant that he's changed. It's just I can't see the link between Sheridan and the board. Like, we've signed this strike on a short-term loan, and he's not starting last night. Like, what's the point? It's not working in my eyes. Sheridan then has been coming out saying, we're going to get signings. They were delayed, weren't they? I think, and then he was adamant we were going to get 3 signings. I think we finally got 2 over the line, and then whatever's happened in the meantime. But it's just not. There's no link between manager and board. And then I think, was it that Ian, the City fan Ian guy, when he did that interview with
Ian Cheeseman
and with Frank and Darren Royal. Darren Royal made a comment I noticed about a young kind of up and coming manager. That's what will fit the model. And I was just I can't remember what the exact words. I need to watch it back, but he definitely made some kind of comment about the manager kind of being like a hungry upcoming manager. But that's not John Sheridan, is it? And then obviously it is rumour mill, but I've heard of quite a few people that Darren's been kind of going around poaching. Kind of Pete Wild, obviously, he had his contract renewed. Well, replaced with Barrow. Obviously, they changed it a bit because obviously apparently Oldham have been going in for him and stuff like that. And John's going to know that. You know, it's just it's
difficult, isn't it, when the rumour mill starts circulating? Imagine if in your role, in your job, you knew someone was going to be approached to take your job in a few weeks.
Exactly.
Your motivation, your passion, your beliefs would start to be affected. So you can only sympathise with them in that respect, can't you? If the rumours are, as you say, true, you know, it is all speculation and it is all allegedly. I
mean, he's been in the game long enough to know what the situation is. He knows that if he keeps losing football matches, then chances are the club are going to be looking for somebody else. Pete Wild, I think, is in the Football League. He's trying to build a career for himself. I think coming to Oldham would be probably a bad move at this stage. I think he would come to Oldham, but only when it would be sort of comparable.
It's on his terms, isn't it? It's going to be on his terms.
Well, I mean, he's trying to build a career for himself in management. And he's at Barrow. He wants a better job. He wants to be getting more money and going up the leagues, doesn't he? He doesn't want to come down to the National League and all that kind of stuff. So you've already said we're going to come into another caller now, Jack. But you've already said thanks, Shez, but time to go and enjoy the Algarve. Yeah.
Yeah, definitely.
Well, if you see us on Saturday, mate, give us a shout and you can buy us a pint happily for doing such a brilliant show.
Thanks, Jack, for that
offer.
That's very
Cheers,
kind.
mate. Thank you.
Here we go. Let's get this fella in.
Positive Paddy, welcome.
You all right?
You all right?
Are you, Paddy?
Yeah, good, yeah. I'm all right, thank you.
What have you got to say, Paddy?
Come on.
Not much. I only joined the link before because you said you had no callers and then you've had an influx of them.
It got busy, yeah.
It got busy, yeah. It did.
What do you make of the tone of the evening?
It's pretty somber, isn't it? Exactly what you'd expect at the moment. He has to go. There's no ifs or buts. He has to go.
You were saying this about Curl.
But Sheridan's heading into Curl territory now. It's that bad.
Agreed. I agree. 3-5-2 in a system that no one can play. It's just Curl all over again, isn't it?
If we sack him now, or if he leaves now, the season is salvageable. Get a decent manager in, and we can make the playoffs still. But we're already playing catch up because of the mess he's got us in.
Do you think we can make the playoffs with the players we've got, or do you think we need to sign new players?
The league's crap, Matt. It's crap. Apart from 3 or 4 teams, it's crap.
But the team that we've got hasn't performed yet, has it? There's no signs in this. Yeah, I know. Yeah, but there's not really much signs from the players because Sheridan's argument is that it doesn't matter how much you coach them and how much you talk to them, that they're not doing it on when they cross the line. So if that's true, right, which may not be, but the players haven't actually proven themselves to be good enough. And there's not many that you're looking at and thinking, yeah, they boss this league.
There's players in that league that are clearly good enough. You've got Sheeran for a start, who's good enough for the National League. Danny Gardner, on his day, is probably actually too good for that league. Yeah. I know Hope's obviously out at the moment, but you've got Hallam Hope. There's a lot of players in there, Hogan when he's back, who have done well in that league. And get a decent manager in. You two have watched football long enough. Get a decent manager in who can organise them. And they'll pick up wins. And they'll fly up the league, but they'll move up the league. Stockport did it last year. I know they weren't as low down as we are, but get a decent manager in who knows what they're doing in this division, and we'll be pushing the playoffs with ease. With the exception of Wrexham, Chesterfield, probably Notts County. The league is crap. Absolutely crap.
I think Boreham Wood are going to be up there and all, aren't they?
Yeah, well, I can't really comment on that. I've not seen them, but
just based on the form and where they are at the minute, Solihull Moors as well. There are teams with momentum.
York are in 7th. Paddy's got a point. York were poor against us.
No, I agree, but I mean, and that's where the fire turns on shares, because at the end of the day, we're not hard to beat, are we? And the first thing that you do in when it comes to your shape and your coaching is make yourself hard to beat. So that's got to change first and foremost. Got to be hard to beat, and we've got to create chances, and we're not doing either of those things, are we?
Damien's got a good point there, because I think Chesterfield was the game where it just went badly wrong for us last season. Did you go to Chesterfield, Paddy?
Colchester.
Colchester. Sorry.
Apologies. No, I didn't last year. No,
I did. It was woeful.
I saw enough of him last season to know that he weren't going to be the answer this season, though.
So he's got to go regardless if we get a win on Saturday.
Win 5-0 on Saturday and he has to go.
Oh, goodness me. But do you think it's wise to get rid of someone when we've got we've got Bromley and then we've got Wrexham? Do you think it's just get rid of him and then Bromley's just a buy and then
I don't think it matters who we've got coming up. It's wise to get rid of him now while the season's still salvageable.
Right. Okay.
Paddy has spoken. So, Darren, Frank, it's up to you guys. Up to them what they want to do. But well, let's just say this: have we had anyone on the Shez in camp tonight?
I think that Ant Warburton was very much keep him, but he was watching City versus Dortmund, so can't really account for that sort of personality. Really, I'm always joking. No, everyone's entitled to their opinion. As I say.
Pretty much, it's been that most people think that we're not got.
In the interest of balance, Matt, what would you do? Would you keep him or would you let him? Or punch the microphone.
Punch the microphone. I think that the next 2 games will go a long way to decide it. I think if we lose the next 2 games,
how's the fence that you're sitting on? Is it all right?
No, look. We've not put performance together all season. It doesn't look like it's working on the Shez. I will say that. He might argue, and some people might argue that he's been unlucky with injuries.
I'm putting you on the spot, Matt. Should he stay or should he go?
I think we'd be better off with a younger, more hungry manager.
So he should go then?
Yeah.
Right. Thank you, Matt. It took a while, but he should be a politician, really. But
okay. Thanks for calling, Paddy.
No problem.
See you later, mate. Right.
Michael, you've been very patient. Are you still there, mate?
Yeah, I'm here.
Right. Now, hold on to your seat, because this next feature might blow you off your chair. It's pretty exciting. And that goes for everybody else as well.
Yeah.
Get ready. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the Wonder Wheel.
Thanks, Matt. And tonight's prizes are a Boundary Park Alert System t-shirt, a jar of beef paste, a signed photo of Matt and Dave, an Oldham Athletic replica shirt signed by the squad, a coaster set from Oldham Athletic of 4, a Mike Keegan and Joe Royal signed This Is How It Feels book, and 2 complimentary tickets to the Oldham versus Eastleigh game this weekend. But however, if you get a red card from the ref, you don't get anything on the Wheel of Wonder. Michael.
Right.
There you go.
Yeah.
So
look what we've made, Michael.
Well, I made. Well, no,
It's class.
No, it's good. It spins. My dad made it. It spins.
Yeah.
It's the Wheel of Wonder, and it is called. Woo.
Yeah, there you go. So you this week get to say spin the wheel, and whatever it lands on, you will win. So
unless it lands on the ref,
and
you get a red card. You win now.
But as it's so spin the
which prize do you want most? Is it the beef paste
or the signed photo of Matt and Dave?
The signed photo of Matt and Dave, or is it the what's the thing of the Royal thing? The book.
The Joe Royal.
Oh yeah,
this is how it feels.
Okay.
Yeah. All right. Okay.
A picture of the author Mike.
So
there.
Mike there, Mike Keegan, just there for the all the Mike Keegan fans there, just there.
In the house.
What a lovely.
Do you want to spin the wheel, Dave?
Well, I'm waiting for Michael to tell me. It's spin the wheel. Come on, Mike.
3, 2, 1, spin the wheel.
Whoa! It's a bit wonky.
Oh, it's the ref! Oh no!
You got the ref.
Oh mate, you don't win anything. I'm really sorry.
Oh!
Come on, should we give him another turn?
I think give him another.
All right, go on, Michael.
Spin the wheel!
Oh, it's the shirt!
You've won the signed shirt, mate.
That's
yes!
Yeah.
Yeah, that's better.
So if you drop us an email at laticsfootballphone@gmail.com, and then we'll sort out some details and either meet you at a game and we'll pass it on to you, mate. So
I'm going on Saturday.
Right, okay. So we're probably going to get it on Saturday, so it might just be after Saturday, and we'll sort it out. So just drop us your details in an email, mate, and we'll sort it out for you, pal. All right?
We'll message you in private chat now, Michael.
Yeah, sound.
All right.
All right, well done.
Yeah, well done.
Cheers.
Cheers. Take care.
See ya.
See ya. Right, what's on the Wonder Wheel? What a way to finish. New feature.
Yeah, and he's won the bloody shirt as well.
The shirt.
I hope the club give it us now.
You'll have to buy it.
Well, you can.
Yeah, so that it was a bit mean to give him the red card on the first one, wasn't it?
But if next week,
no more buys.
No more buys.
No more buys.
Sheridan, no more buys for you, son. It's according to Paddy, you've got to go, and a few others.
Yeah.
So thank you to all the callers. It was a bit flat at the start. Terry, John, Michael, Paddy, Jack, Ant. Sorry, Hasbulla, Sick, and the other caller. We couldn't get to you, but we may get to you next week if you want to call in. As always, click the link on the Twitter pin tweet every week, and you will be able to come into the show. And next week, we will be playing the Wheel of Wonder, and we look forward to it. And there'll be a ref review for Eastleigh. And will there be anything else?
I don't know.
Well, we'll just have to wait and see. Toodaloo.
Thanks. The Boundary Park Alert System is hosted and produced by Matt Dean and Andy Halliwell for Q Pod Productions. Visit oafcpodcast.co.uk for loads more info, including how to support us for just $2.99 per month, how to sponsor the show to raise money for the 1895 fund, and to read Arlene's brilliant weekly blog. Please follow and interact with us on social media at OAFC Podcast, and you can help change the game by listening to us on the Fan Hub app along with all major podcast platforms. Please like, subscribe and review the pod to help us climb the rankings and get more listeners. Pushtheboundary.co.uk and oasf.co.uk are where you'll find out all about our official supporters groups, getting involved and continuing to raise money for the 1895 fund. Don't miss the Latics Football Phone-In with myself and Dave Bradley every Wednesday from 8:30 till 9:30 at youtube.com/The Boundary Park Alert System. Follow us on socials at OAFC Phone-In. You can also catch us on the brand new Greatest Manchester Football Podcast live every Thursday night from 8 till 9 on the Greatest Manchester Football Podcast YouTube channel. Follow at GMFootPod for all the details. The title music for the show is by DJ and producer Starion with an R, and for more information visit bandcamp.com/Red Laser Records.